Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Keith Carnes here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about something pretty somber, something pretty depressing, but we're going to be as positive about it as we possibly can. Of course, I'm talking about, as you see in the title down below, I'm talking about the 20th anniversary of the Columbine High School massacre. Now, today is April 30th, as of this recording, of course, so I'm about 10 days late. But unfortunately, I just haven't had time to record, so if you're wondering why this is late, that's why. So today I kind of wanted just to remember the people that were affected by this tragedy rather than the perpetrators themselves. I've done many videos on this massacre in the past, and I always talk about the two shooters, you know, trying to go over what could have possibly made them do it and all this. And really, I mean, I could sit here and just repeat myself, but I don't really think it's necessary. In the end, we're really never going to know exactly why they chose the route that they chose and why they chose the victims that they chose. But I think that we could at least take this opportunity to sit here and kind of talk about the victims and how their lives were snuffed out, especially some being as young as 16 years old. And never getting a chance at life because of these two other kids that had these personal issues that they decided to take out on their classmates. Plenty that never even knew who they were and were completely innocent to their anger and depression and whatever they were going through. So I just kind of wanted to make a brief video today about it. I don't really want to go too in depth. You guys know the story. You know what happened. I just kind of wanted to put out a tribute here and just say, you know, I hope all the victims are at peace wherever they are. And I hope that their families have been able to you know, cope as much as anyone possibly could with being in their situation. With 20 years passing since they lost their loved ones. And I saw something really, really interesting in a Reddit post where people were talking about the 20th anniversary, and somebody made a really good point that it's really weird how it's kind of weird when you think about it that these people's lives were kind of stuck in place because they died at such a young age. I mean, they died as high school students, and today they would be almost 40 years old. So when you really consider, you know, that kind of deal, it really puts into perspective how horribly unfair and just terrible this tragedy was for these victims. And of course, we can't forget the teacher, you know, Dave Sanders. We can't forget him either. You know, the one teacher that was unfortunately killed that day as well. So you know, I hope that, you know, we can definitely get an better understanding, and hopefully be able to avoid this kind of thing in the future. I'm not going to go into the whole politics of gun control and all that kind of shit. I have my own opinion, but I personally don't think that taking guns away from everybody is necessarily going to be the answer that we need, but I'm just going to kind of leave it there. This isn't really that kind of video. But I just wanted to make a brief video. This is pretty much it. If you're still watching, thank you for watching the whole video. I know it's not the most exciting or intense discussion that I usually do in my videos, but I just felt it necessary, that being that this is a case that I've studied very heavily over the past few years, and a case that I have featured on this channel numerous times. I felt that it was necessary to pay my respects as best as I possibly can, and just say, you know, rest in peace to all the victims, and hopefully whatever they were looking for, hopefully, you know, who knows what's on the other side, but hopefully Eric and Dylan were able to get the answers they needed, you know. I'm not saying I sympathize with them at all, because I don't. What they did was disgustingly horrible and can never be forgiven, and there's never an excuse you could come up with that could ever excuse their terrible actions, and that's just a simple fact. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm pretty much out of things to say. Yeah, it's just crazy. 20 years, man. I remember 1999, you know. I was just a little kid, but I still remember dating my paper 1999, and it's just hard to believe that that's been 20 years since this tragedy happened. It's still so talked about and discussed today because of its huge impact and its rarity of two perpetrators together, that it doesn't feel like it's been 20 years, you know? It feels maybe kind of like it's been 10 years, but not double that. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, guys, this is Keith Carnes. Thank you so much for watching. You guys take it easy, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Take it easy.